Listen, your girl, she can't really see if she's in focus, but you're just gonna go with it. You're gonna go with it, babes. Hello darlings, welcome back to my channel. My name is Coralie and welcome to 3 looks, 1 palette. Oh my god, I don't even have the palette with me! So last month, what I did is that I took 1 palette and I created 3 looks at 3 perceived difficulties. Now I just want to be honest with you, this is what I perceive to be like either beginner, intermediate, or like pro / expert / difficult. And so everything's relative in life, and maybe my easy looks are way too easy for you. And if they are, oh my god, I'm proud of you, really happy for you. And maybe my easy looks are way too hard for you. And so in that case, feel free to tell me, feel free to give me like constructive criticism, feedback, so that I know like what exactly you guys are looking for. But this month's palette is the Beauty Bay Bright Matte 42 color palette. This is what the palette looks like. It's a bunch of colorful mattes with a row of like more neutral shades. And so I created 3 looks, just expected. And so the look that I have today is actually the look that is perceived to be the easy look. Last time I did this video, I also was using a more neutral palette, but I did do a more neutral look for the easy looks. But I want you guys to know that you don't need to like do neutral browns to have an easy look. Like you can use color and it's super easy and super quick. So I just wanted to make sure I said that. This palette, I've been using this palette for what, like 1.5 years now. This is such a good basis. Like if you don't want to spend too much money on a colorful matte palette, then you can definitely like look out for this one. This is really great. I mentioned this in my 2021 makeup favorites and it's a favorite. Now if you're asking for like a roundup rainbow palette, I wouldn't go for this one because it has no shimmers. But if you just need matte colorfuls, this one is great. Anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling and I'm gonna leave you guys to see the tutorial. Starting strong, babes, we're gonna take the shade Tutti Frutti and just pack that all over our mobile eyelid, if we're gonna use technical terms. And then I'm gonna use a clean blending brush and just blend that out a little bit to slightly diffuse it. Next, we're gonna go in with the shade Strawberry Bonbon. It's always so funny to hear people say bonbon. It's bonbon, but still, you know, whatever. And we're just gonna really buff out the edges of that first shade. And because they're in the same family, they just blend out seamlessly. Now I'm just gonna repack my shades. You guys know this is what I do just to make sure that everything is super pigmented and super intense. Taking the shade White Lies, I'm gonna really boldly highlight my brow bone. I think a matte shadow highlight on the brow bone just does like the Lord's work. It really just does. And so I pack it on almost like baking and then buff it out with a blending brush. Now we're gonna take the shade Livin' for Lavender and pack that into our inner corner. For the lower lash line, we're taking our 3 shades, Tutti Frutti, Strawberry Bonbon, as well as Livin' for Lavender, and just putting them in, you know, the lower lash line to even out the top. I'm going to add a minuscule amount of my highlighter in my inner corner to brighten everything up, and voila! Welcome to look 2, where I decided to prime with my concealer, and we're gonna start with Bare Necessity. I'm just gonna blend that all over my eyelid. It doesn't add much color, but it helps set and blend the other browns on top of it. So I'm making sure I'm putting that all over the lid, and then we're gonna take the shade Just Peachy. And you're probably like, girl, what are you doing? I just really wanted to add a little bit of warmth to the eyeshadow, and so we're taking that shade to start building that depth of warmth. I don't know if that makes sense. Just go with me, okay? Next, I'm gonna take my bronzer, which is the Fenty Beauty bronzer in Caramel Cutie, and I'm just putting that in my crease. I know this is not part of the palette, but everyone uses their bronzer, and so, you know, technically it's within the rules, so I'm not cheating. Let's take Preppy Pecan. I really don't know how to say that word, but we're basically gonna put the shade in the crease and we're gonna start pulling it on the outer edge to really lift the eye, which I love doing. Now we're gonna take the shade Nothing Else and pack that almost in like a soft cut crease shape. you know, we're not cutting anything with concealer, but we're using our fluffy brush to really pack it in. Next, I want to make sure that is blended with all the other browns, and we're going to go with Illicit, I think, and this is the Essence Extreme Gel Liner Pencil, whatever the hell you want to call it. This is actually a pretty intense process of building. So what I'm doing is starting by creating the wing with the shadow. So taking Illicit from the palette, I'm just packing that in a shadow shape, and then I'm gonna buff out the outline that I created and slowly but surely build on top of it with the Essence pencil liner to create depth, blendiness, and smokiness. Don't you love a good base? I also put the liner on my lower lash line and I'm blending it out slowly with Illicit, and then I'm gonna go in with Preppy Pecan or Pecan or whatever the hell you want to call it, and I'm also going to blend under my lash line. I'm also making sure to create a little bit of an extended inner corner because that creates sexiness and I don't know what else. Next product is absolutely magical. This is the Artist Couture liquid eyeshadow in the shade Litty Kitty, and I'm just gonna put that in the very center of my lower lash line. It just creates so much love and affection, babes, and voila. This look is no joke. Let's start with Grape Escape and pack that all over our crease. This is going to be our deepest shade of the look, so we really want to make sure that we pack in that pigment to, you know, set it off for success, I guess. Then I'm gonna go in with the shades Cosmopolitan and make them wink and buff out that purple with a fluffier brush. As you can see, this is going really quickly. This takes quite a bit of time to really build the blend and build the color, so be patient. Next, I'm taking the shades Sweet Tooth and Tutu, and I'm gonna blend them with an even fluffier brush to create the even more seamless outline that we can create, to be honest. Next, I'm gonna do my very old trick of just repacking every shade and reblending every shade on top of another to have the truly most pigmented, most blended, most impactful eyeshadow I can possibly get. Let's take Nothing Else and pack that on our brow bone to really just softly highlight it. This is not like stark, but it does the job. Next, I'm taking my e.l.f. Camo Concealer and creating a halo cut crease shape so that we can put our pretty colors on top. To ensure the blend, which is basically what we're always doing, I'm taking Grape Escape and just blending it out, and then we're gonna take the shades Daydream and Pacific Dreams and we're gonna put Daydream in the center and Pacific Dreams on the edges. This is the Quo Liquid Glitter in Starlight, I believe, and I'm just gonna put that on the line of demarcation, and that's just going to highlight it and give it such a pretty look when you catch the light. Now I'm taking Grape Escape and then I'm going to follow it up with Cosmopolitan and make them wink to really smoke out the lower lash line and make it match the top. Now I could have gone smokier with this lash line, but I didn't because I really wanted the top with the glitter to be like the star of the show, but you can do whatever you want. Next, taking the NYX SFX like cream paint, I'm going to put that in my lower lash line and then I'm going to pack Daydream on top of it. But because I was out of focus basically the whole time I was filming it, look at me imitate the application of the shadow. Yes. Next, taking the Artist Couture Spotlight Glitz Diamond Lights Finisher, I'm putting that in my inner corner and voila. This is it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Also comment in the comment section down below which look was your favorite, which ones you're gonna attempt to recreate. I mean, if you're gonna recreate something, make sure you tag me on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok, on literally whatever platform you want to tag me on. I'm probably on it, and so I would love to see your recreation. If you guys have also recommendations for like future palettes that you want me to use in this series, this is going to be a monthly series, by the way, so if you have anything that you want to see, make sure you tell me so that I can get like that out of the way and, you know, do the looks, because it's kind of 3 looks. It does take me quite a bit of time to like film it. And so that's pretty much it. If you guys like me, my personality, or the content I put right up on YouTube, then feel totally free to subscribe to this channel, baby! We love newcomers, we love makeup, and obviously if you're scrolling through my channel right now, you're probably seeing a lot of lifestyle content, a lot of beauty content. I do juggle between the two as a student and as a makeup fan, and so you can find a video like this once a month, but I also do a bunch of other videos on beauty that make everything a little more entertaining. So if that sounds like anything that you guys would like to see, make sure you subscribe. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one.